I went to a first meeting, I think it was about 4 years ago, and that was a eureka experience as a patient, being able to share time with other people that do get it without feeling guilty. And it was at that stage then that time had elapsed where I spent enough time overseas, across borders in the ether, that I reached out to key players in that to become involved with helping me set something up that was UK specific. So I worked with Macmillan and created a small online group with Macmillan, and we experimented with that and we developed a unit, a working community. I slowly became more and more involved. At that stage then, CLLSA were looking to extend resources and were reaching out for trustees. I'm a bodgy builder, 4 or 5 years ago, I didn't know how to support people. So I kind of accepted the challenge and stepped up and said, yeah, I'll help, because I didn't want anybody else, when they reached out, to be faced with nothing. That not being told that you have challenges that you may need to address and strategies that would help you live with the disorder, disease, whatever you want to call it. I felt that maybe I could contribute to actually help other people not have to go through that. So I started collaborations very early on in my relationship with CLL. Macmillan have an incredible online teaching program, and I reached out to Macmillan and signed up for a 6-month cancer support course, which is a course they have designed to empower people, to give them a qualification, is actually a recognised qualification to support people with cancer. So as a builder that was used to whipping people on the line, and if they didn't perform, they didn't get any overtime or turn up on a Saturday, totally different approach to support people, how to empathise, keep one foot in the puddle and not both, or make sure you knew where the puddle was, So that kind of gave me confidence, underpinned the work I was doing, and I started to get a bit involved with the CLLSA and look where there were gaps in what we were doing, and realised that there was a hole, massive, a void, and that's part of a lot of what we do now to fill. The resource and the community that had come together, my friends that had become pioneers, I saw it, in terms of developing the UK landscape, agreed from the Macmillan group I'd set up and the international to become volunteers and information providers to help us set up an immediate resource on a platform with a company, Health Unlocked. Because the demands on us as a charity meant, we had quite a large membership, and people reaching out needed to gain some one-to-one feedback and share experiences to learn. This gave us the opportunity to do that and create a forum with a perspective that was UK and European, or English-speaking non-US, because unfortunately the US, for all of its great and good in terms of getting the message out about CLL, has dominated the global scene, so that the perspective is very, it may not always be relevant in terms of how our healthcare is delivered or what drugs are available for treatment, etc. And then things started to grow from there, and I became more involved. Soon we identified a need to update our platform, our online platform, to better deliver information in collaboration with other organisations that share objectives of a similar nature. So I became fully involved. I see myself as a person just to bring people together, identify unmet needs, and see if we can create strategies together to look after the CLL community needs. There are a lot of ways you can be involved and be proactive and be altruistic and help others. It's a two-way street. It does help you too. So at the moment, we're reaching out at our meeting in Cambridge here to all members to step up to the plate if they feel they can contribute in some way to help increase our human resources to now take advantage of this ideal opportunity, this golden moment, to address the CLL question and support a growing membership. And that can be, that can just be by participating in an online community and sharing your experiences. They may be anecdotal, but it's educational and it's helping others. Or that could be stepping up to the plate and getting more involved in initiatives that are specific, using skill sets or interests that you have to support trustees that might be leading on those kind of initiatives. Contacting us with a letter of interest and expressing that interest and sharing what you think you can bring to the table, because traditionally, I think the challenge that I can identify personally looking at a CLL support organisation is if it's patient-led, you've got the territory of every now and then we have ups and downs, people go through cycles where they're extremely unwell or undergoing treatment, so it's very hard to progress initiatives and it's very hard to meet demands, and we're struggling. And now is an opportunity that we shouldn't be struggling. So we're reaching out not just to our members to become involved, we're now reaching out to work more closely, collaboratively with others in the support industry, with wider remits that are supporting cancer groups, with industry and the clinical community. Our strapline that we're using at the moment is Live Well with CLL. And I think that's what we're looking to be able to do, is to empower people through education and information to live well with CLL.